Welcome back. In this episode, we'll be looking at a challenge that many of us face yet often goes unspoken. And that is that you're unsure you could defend your ideas. This is when you have a thought or an opinion, but you hold back from sharing it. Not because you don't believe in it, but because you're not sure if you could defend it in a debate or a discussion. This hesitation is common in environments where we feel less confident, whether it's in a professional setting, a social gathering, or even online. Part of this fear stems from not wanting to engage in conflict. Many of us naturally shy away from situations that could lead to disagreements or arguments. We might worry about the emotional toll it could take or the potential damage to relationships, especially if the discussion becomes heated or confrontational. This avoidance of conflict can often lead us to stay silent, even when we have valuable insights to share. Then there is the paralyzing fear of not being able to defend our ideas. It's the worry that we might be put on the spot and questioned and even challenged, and that we won't have the right answers or the right words or the depth of the knowledge to actually back up our stance or our point of view. The concern isn't necessarily about the validity of our ideas, but more about our ability to articulate and justify them when faced with opposition or scrutiny. The root of this issue often lies in our self-confidence and how we perceive our knowledge and expertise. For some, this lack of confidence stems from moments where we felt embarrassed about not being able to support our own opinions. Picture being in a meeting when you're proposing an idea and then someone challenges it, and in that moment you might find yourself struggling for the words, unable to articulate any of your ideas clearly. And this experience can leave you feeling embarrassed, and then it leads you to not speak up next time and to stay quiet. For others, the issue is more about the feeling that they don't know as much as other people. Maybe a family member at the dinner table brings up a challenging topic and you have your own point of view, but you choose to remain silent because you're concerned that the more vocal and informed family members might question it and you'll be unable to express yourself effectively. This worry is often worsened by the pressure to always have a perfectly crafted, foolproof opinion. In today's world, and particularly on social media, there's a strong focus on being right and a fear of public criticism. Unfortunately, this mindset can stifle learning and growth as well as healthy discussion. It creates an environment where people hesitate to speak unless they are completely sure of themselves, and that's not always attainable. So how do we overcome this? One effective strategy is adopting a mindset of curiosity and learning rather than seeing discussions as battles to be won. It's about shifting from a defensive stance to an exploratory one. When you share an idea and someone challenges it, instead of feeling threatened, view it as an opportunity to deepen your understanding or refine your perspective. Encourage questions and be open to different points of view. Another important step is to prepare and educate ourselves. If you think back to what I said we are responsible for, if you have an opinion or an idea and you feel strongly about it, take time to research it and understand it thoroughly. Write about it yourself and really get to grips with where you are coming from. This doesn't mean you need to know everything, but having a solid foundation can really boost your confidence in these discussions and when it comes to defending your ideas. Again, though, I want to bring it back to the fact that oftentimes this isn't going to happen. Practicing your communication skills can also be incredibly helpful. Engage in conversations on topics you're passionate about in safe, supportive environments. So in those circles that you create, those supportive circles, where the people are already on the same page as you, but you can actually start expressing yourself and find your ways of wording things. Over time, as you get more comfortable, gradually expand these discussions to the more challenging settings. However, if you're in a situation where you've been put on the spot, here are 3 ways that you could articulate your thoughts more easily. The first one is tracing the evolution of your knowledge. Start by asking yourself, what was my very first understanding of this topic? Reflect on your initial thoughts and your beliefs about it. Then consider how your understanding has evolved over time. Has new information changed your perspective? Have your experiences reshaped that viewpoint? This step helps you to realize the depth and development of your knowledge and can give you a good foundation to confidently express your current thoughts on it. The second way is to lead with emotions, and I don't mean reacting in an emotional way. What I mean is to express your feelings around it. Sometimes it can be easier to connect with how a topic makes you feel before getting into the specifics of what you think. So ask yourself, what emotions does this topic evoke in me? For example, if a particular news story or social issue makes you feel sad, then start there. Lead with this by saying, when I read about this, I felt an overwhelming sense of sadness. Then explore why. Why does this topic make you feel this way? And I felt that way because, and follow that thought process. The third way is using metaphors. Metaphors are a powerful tool to communicate your ideas. They can help clarify complex ideas and make your thoughts more relatable. Think about what metaphors can best describe your perspective on topics. For instance, if you're discussing change, you might use the metaphor of waves or ripples to illustrate how one action can lead to a series of consequences. Using metaphors not only makes your explanation more engaging, but also helps to frame your thoughts in a way that's easier to articulate and for others to understand and remember. So using these 3 ways, you could develop a more structured and confident approach to expressing your thoughts and opinions. Remember, the key is to build on your understanding, connect with your emotions, and find creative ways to communicate your perspective. And this is not just about being prepared for debates or discussions, but to empower you to share your unique point of view with the world. And I just want to end this episode with this final key point. It's okay not to have all the answers. It's okay to say, I don't know enough about this to have a firm opinion yet, or I'll think about that and get back to you. In those instances where you might have shared something or spoken up about something that matters to you, if someone questions you in a way that you don't have the answers, if they bring up something that's new to you, you can just say to them, I have not come across this, but I will go and learn about it. We don't have to be so fixed in our own ideas that we're not open to someone coming back and giving a different perspective. But also, we can take the time to understand where we're coming from and have our own perspective clear, so that if the situation was to arise and we needed to defend ourselves in a conversation, a discussion, or a debate, that we could do it. And when you have the confidence to do that, then it's going to empower you to speak out more about what you care about most. So thank you for tuning in. Next time, we'll tackle the final reason you might be self-silencing, which is that you feel you don't have a right or you're not good enough. Don't forget to check out my mini book, Stop Self-Silencing, for more tools. And thank you again for listening. If you found value in this episode and are seeking more personalized support on your journey to visibility, I'd like to extend a special invitation to you. Join me in the Visibility Lab. This unique space is designed for individuals like you who are ready to amplify their voice, embrace their authentic selves, and make a genuine impact. You'll find an empowering community of like-minded individuals, all working towards greater visibility. So if you're ready to step out of the shadows and into your light, to stop self-silencing and make the impact that you've always dreamed of, then join us in the Visibility Lab. Visit fifemason.com/TVL to find out more.